Thank you for stopping by WPS News today. We are examining the recent developments in the West Philippine Sea today. In a week marked by escalating tensions in the West Philippine Sea, particularly around Scarborough Shoal and Second Thomas Shoal, the Philippine government has voiced strong opposition to China's increasing assertiveness in the region. From February 18th to February 23rd, 2025, reports emerged of heightened military activity and confrontations involving Chinese vessels in waters claimed by the Philippines. China is pushing us to the wall. This sentiment reflects the broader concerns of the Philippine government regarding China's actions, which have been described as unprofessional and illegal. The Philippine government has condemned these intrusions, reaffirming its rights over its maritime jurisdiction in the West Philippine Sea and ensuring its sovereignty remains intact. During this period, the Philippine Air Force, in coordination with the United States, conducted joint patrols over the South China Sea. This military collaboration has drawn ire from China, which views such actions as provocative. The U.S. has reiterated its commitment to support the Philippines in the face of ongoing Chinese aggression, with Secretary of State Marco Rubio condemning the unsafe and irresponsible actions of the Chinese People's Liberation Army. Their aggressive maneuvers around Taiwan right now are not exercises, as they call them. They are rehearsals. This comment underscores the interconnected nature of tensions in the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait, as both regions remain focal points of China's assertive foreign policy, further complicating the diplomatic landscape for the Philippines. The Philippine government has also sought to strengthen its maritime security capabilities, collaborating with allies like Vietnam to deter further Chinese incursions. As the situation develops, officials remain vigilant about the implications of Chinese actions, emphasizing the need for a united front against external threats to national sovereignty. As of February 23, 2025, weather conditions in the region have been relatively stable, characterized by clear skies and moderate sea conditions, allowing for continued maritime operations. However, the geopolitical climate remains charged, with both the Philippines and the U.S. closely monitoring Chinese activities in the area. The Philippine government continues to seek international support to bolster its claims and safeguard its territories amid rising tensions. The situation in the West Philippine Sea continues to evolve, with further developments expected as regional and global powers navigate the complexities of maritime security and territorial integrity, underlining the significance of united diplomatic engagement in addressing the issues at play. In a series of significant events concerning the West Philippine Sea, various developments have unfolded over the past weeks. On February 17, 2025, an article by David Dyson and Zen Hernandez, published by ABS-CBN News titled China, Philippines Quarrel Over South China Sea Row in Munich Conference, reported a heated exchange at the 61st Munich Security Conference, where Philippine Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo discussed the importance of adhering to the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, while confronting claims made by former Chinese Vice Foreign Minister Fu Ying regarding disputed territories in the South China Sea. Following this, the Philippine Coast Guard revealed on February 18, 2025, through Gio Ong from the Philippine Star, in the article PCG, 3 China ships swarm West Philippine Sea, that 3 Chinese patrol vessels were spotted operating near Bajo de Masinloc, asserting the Philippines' right to its exclusive economic zone. On the same day, Jose Cielito Reganit reported for the Philippine news agency that Commodore J. Tariella warned about pro-China vloggers engaged in disinformation warfare, highlighting their efforts to distort realities about the West Philippine Sea, indicating an ongoing battle against misinformation that undermines national unity. Later that day, Gabriel Pabico Lalu from Inquirer.net published an article titled Soto Tolentino, Back Marcos's Moves on West PHC Dispute with China, which showcased support from Alianza para sa Bagong Pilipinas, senatorial candidates for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s initiatives regarding the Maritime Zone, particularly with the recent signing of the Philippine Maritime Zones Act aimed at reinforcing national sovereignty. In a proactive step towards education, the Philippine Information Agency reported on February 20, 2025, that they are partnering with the PCG and the National Youth Commission to empower the youth in safeguarding national interests related to the West Philippine Sea, emphasizing the need for awareness and unity among Filipinos. Additionally, on the same day, Inquirer.net noted the advocacy for teaching West Philippine Sea issues in school curricula, thereby integrating these concerns into the educational framework for future generations. The combination of these events underscores the critical and multifaceted issues surrounding the West Philippine Sea, highlighting diplomacy, national sovereignty, youth engagement, and the fight against disinformation as key focuses in the ongoing narrative. On January 13th, 3 Filipino fishermen went missing after their boat was rammed by an unidentified vessel, widely believed to be a Chinese patrol craft. This incident occurred in the maritime waters near Vietnam, raising serious concerns about the safety of Filipino fishermen in contested regions. 5 surviving fishermen managed to stay alive by consuming fish and algae while adrift at sea. They were rescued by a Vietnamese fishing vessel on February 14th after being spotted on their damaged boat, with the Philippine Coast Guard confirming their recovery on February 16th, 2025. Unfortunately, the 3 missing fishermen are now presumed dead after falling overboard during the collision. Their families and local communities are mourning their loss and are urging the Philippine government and international stakeholders to take decisive action to protect the rights and security of Filipino fishermen amid increasing maritime aggression. This incident underscores the urgent need for stricter enforcement of maritime laws and diplomatic efforts to address rising tensions in the region. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has expressed a readiness to consider military action if Filipino fisherfolk are harmed due to Chinese aggression in disputed waters. This assertive stance reflects the heightened tensions in the South China Sea and emphasizes the Philippines' commitment to safeguarding its citizens and sovereignty. The Marcos administration prioritizes the protection of Filipino fishermen operating in these contested areas, signaling a critical moment in the Philippines' approach to territorial integrity and citizen safety. However, it appears that there has been limited action taken by the Marcos administration in response to this incident, with the primary focus being the continuation of increased Philippine Coast Guard patrols in the contested waters. Notably, it was a Vietnamese fishing boat that rescued the surviving fisherfolk, highlighting the importance of regional maritime cooperation. President Marcos has acknowledged the efforts of the Philippine Coast Guard in ensuring the safety of Filipino fishermen. However, there is growing concern and a call for more concrete actions to support the fisherfolk, particularly regarding their rights to fish freely and safely in the West Philippine Sea. As tensions continue to rise, stakeholders are urging the government to take more decisive measures to ensure the protection and welfare of those who depend on these waters for their livelihood. As the situation develops, the government's actions will be closely monitored, both domestically and internationally, particularly in light of the ongoing challenges posed by regional maritime disputes. The contrast between the administration's rhetoric and the actual measures taken raises questions about the effectiveness of its response to the pressing needs of Filipino fishermen in these contested waters. Ultimately, this is the truth about the Grey War with China. People die needlessly in war. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. Ring that bell, as we say. A lot of people are depending on you. Super WPS News Today.